Today, regime change is achieved through front organizations like the National Endowment for Democracy, or NED, that influences thought and culture through covert means. Now, Washington uses the NED as a soft power tool to influence and interfere in the politics and society of a foreign country in order to bring about governments that are conducive to the interests of big business. Now, the NED does this under the guise of being a charitable organization promoting democracy and human rights. The idea is to create a buffer, third-party organization to distance the U.S. government from directly funding political parties and groups and organizing regime change operations, despite the fact that NED is being funded directly by U.S. Congress. Now, the NED was founded in 1983 following a series of scandals that exposed the CIA's blood-soaked covert actions against foreign governments that resisted U.S. economic and political bullying. In 1986, NED President Carl Gershman told the New York Times it would be terrible for democratic groups around the world to be seen as subsidized by the CIA. We saw that in the 60s, and that's why it has been discontinued. One of the NED's founders, Alan Weinstein, was a bit more blunt. He told the Washington Post, "A lot of what we do today was done covertly 25 years ago by the CIA. In recent years, the NED has trained, supported, and funded demonstrations and regime change operations in Venezuela, Ukraine, and Nicaragua, all designed to look like grassroots uprisings. And it's not surprising considering the NED's board of directors includes two infamous war criminals, the first being Elliot Abrams, who under the Reagan administration helped funnel weapons and funds to right-wing Contras in Nicaragua that terrorized civilians through torture, rape, and murder, then tried to cover up his crimes. And then there's Victoria Nuland, who infamously directed the U.S. policy in Ukraine under the Obama administration to fund and arm a right-wing insurgency that engineered the overthrow of the democratically elected government, an insurgency that has committed countless war crimes against civilians. Now, destabilizing China carries forward this global mission. Before the Hong Kong protests erupted, NED President Gershman called China a resurgent despotic regime tightening repression internally and expanding its power globally, claiming that democracy is under threat and we must come to its defense. Now, since 2014, the year of Hong Kong's umbrella protests, the NED has officially poured over $29 million into the island city in order to identify new avenues for democracy and political reform. That's according to the NED's website.